Vice President Pence, would you like to go first?
Well, Susan, thank you. And let me say how moved we've all been by the outpouring of prayers and concern.
Mr. Vice President, I'm speaking. I'm speaking. If you don't mind letting me finish, we can then have a conversation, okay?
Please.
Okay. Joe Biden is a complete disaster. Joe Biden, on the one hand, has reigned over a recession that is being compared to the Great Depression. On the one hand, you have Trump, who was responsible.
Yes.
And this is very important, Susan.
Yes.
And it's
but
important.
we need to give Vice President.
I'd just like to, he interrupted me, and I'd like to just finish, please. Joe Biden is the one who will raise taxes on anyone who makes less than $400,000 a year. He has been very clear about that. Joe Biden wants to take credit for the economy that they had at the beginning of their term. This is where the economy is in America right now, and it is because of the catastrophe and the failure of leadership of Joe Biden. If you love someone, they're coming for you. If you are under the age of 26, they're coming for you.
They're coming for you.
Senator Harris, thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me give you a chance to respond.
Well, I hope we have a chance to talk about health care because Obamacare was a disaster. But many of the climate alarmists use hurricanes and wildfires to try and sell their bill of goods of a Green New Deal. And President Trump and I are going to always put American jobs and American workers first.
Senator Harris, as the Vice President mentioned, you co-sponsored the Green New Deal in Congress. What exactly would be the stance of a Biden-Harris administration toward the Green New Deal? You have 2 minutes uninterrupted.
Sure. So first of all, I will repeat, and the American people know, that Joe Biden will not ban fracking. That is a fact.
No new fracking.
We are going to get rid of fossil fuels.
Well, like what about, say, stopping fracking and stopping new
That is a fact.
Would there be any place for fossil fuels, including coal and fracking, in a Biden administration?
No, we would work it out. We would make sure it's eliminated.
That is a fact.
I guarantee you, we're going to end fossil fuel, and I am not going to cooperate.
Joe Biden has been very clear that he thinks about growing jobs, which is why he will increase taxes for anyone who makes less than $400,000 a year.
Vice President Pence, do you believe that climate change poses an existential threat?
As I said, Susan, the climate is changing. We'll follow the science. But
science doesn't know.
Once again, Senator Harris.
I think this is supposed to be a debate based on fact and truth.
Look, the American people have...
Joe has a plan. The American people know what I'm talking about. You know.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Vice President Pence, let me give you just 15 seconds to respond, because then I want to move on to...
Well, I'd love to respond. Look.
I just need to respond very briefly,
15 seconds, and then we'll move on.
Thank you. Leaders of all of our formerly allied countries have now decided that they hold in greater esteem and respect Donald Trump, the President of the United States, the Commander-in-Chief of the United States, than they do Xi Jinping, the head of the Chinese Communist Party. This is where we are today.
What is your definition of the role of American leadership in 2020?
America's intelligence community told us Russia interfered in the election of the President of the United States in 2016 and is playing in 2020.
Thank you, Senator Harris. Vice President Pence, let me give you a chance to respond.
It's really inexplicable.
This is about a pattern of Donald Trump's, where he has referred to Soleimani as suckers and losers. Joe Biden would never do that.
Thank you.
Joe Biden would, but Joe Biden would knock anyone for their faith. People who are not competent are substandard. And do you know, not one is black? And I was a part of those peaceful protests.
Of the night, a second night since Jacob Blake was seen.
And I believe strongly we are going to condone violence. We always must fight. This is the time for leadership.
Under President Trump's leadership,
Thank you,
we'll
Vice President
always
Pence.
stand with law enforcement, and we'll do what we've done
Vice
from
President
day
Pence,
one, and
thank
that is
you. Your time
improve
is
the
up.
lives of African Americans.
Thank you, Vice
Record
President
unemployment, record
Vice
investments in
President Pence, your time
education,
is
and we'll
up.
fight for school choice for all of our members.
Thank you, Vice
I'd
President.
like to respond.
Senator Harris.
I will not sit here and be lectured by the Vice President on what it means to enforce the laws of our country. I am the only one on this stage who has personally prosecuted everything from America's homeowners to our veterans. And so we believe in the American people. We believe in our democracy. And here's what I'd like to say to everybody. We will win. And we will not let anyone subvert our democracy.